So, you're all going to be young, dynamic organizers, and also everything multi-dimensional personality. You know what you require for a multi-dimensional personality? Communication skill and enormous patience. What is that? Communication skill and enormous patience. These two things are needed. You know, when everything is going fine, you don't need neither skill nor patience. Everything is smooth. Why do you need skill or patience? Do you need them? When things go wrong, that's when you need skill and patience. That is the time, testing time for us, how much we are able to keep ourselves, keep our balance. This is what I'm saying. So yesterday what we saw, whenever problem comes, we eternalize it and generalize. We generalize the problem and eternalize the problem. Then we become weak. When we are weak, what happens to us? We get angry and we get aggressive. What happens? We get angry and aggressive. When we are angry and aggressive, we are not listening nor we are speaking sense. Isn't it our experience? How many of you have this experience? So the whole challenge is how to make this work, make the balance. You have to correct. You cannot simply accept with a smile when things go wrong. At the same time, you can't afford to lose your stability, your calmness, your perceptual ability. First thing we lose is our perceptual ability. So you have to keep on increasing your capability of conflict resolution. It's very easy to create conflict. You know, in a company, the personal assistant or a secretary can bring rift between two directors. A secretary in the company will speak very nice to one director and tell the other director in a very subtle way, you know, the other director came this afternoon, he said, I have to check with him everything even though it is approved by you. This one word from one director being said that he has to approve everything that you have sanctioned will create a ego problem in this one director. What happens now? These two directors don't communicate. They are very nice, smooth on the surface. They smile at each other. They say everything goody goody. But inside, what is happening? Boiling. So that man undermined my authority in the company. So, in a little while later, this explodes, and in the company, there is rift. Few big business houses are broken by simple one manager, two managers. Are you are you with me what I'm saying? Does this happen in Europe also like this? Europe also? It happened, it does happen in India, I know. Because there are families which own number of businesses and all that business is broken by just one or two middle people, the two second, third category people. Just a manager. And he'll be very nice to both of them. He'll speak very nice on the surface, but in a very subtle way, he can create rift. Same with supervisors. In any setup, the supervisor can play a role in a factory to to gain his confidence with the boss, the supervisor will find fault with the person below him. Do you see what I'm saying? This is happening in big factories. And then it rolls down. Small things he can blow up, and big things he can hide. All this the supervisor can do. Supervisors can create a rift in the whole atmosphere. Same with trade union people. Trade union people, the trade union leaders can play both sides. You know, many big companies in India are in trouble. They come to us artificially. Please resolve this conflict. Because the trade union leaders can go and create a problem in the village, in the people in the village and around them, and put them against a company. And Art of Living has worked in many such companies to bring people together, to make them clear their misunderstanding, to see from a new angle. So you all, when you go from here, you all, as a Yes We Can people, you have to play a role of conflict resolution. Wherever there is conflict, wherever anger is coming, if one person is angry, the other person should calm down. Even in a family, this is a rule. If the husband is angry, wife should not reply with anger. Just quietly move away from that place. Because there is no communication possible when someone is angry. Allow them that space to throw out as much anger as they can. And little later, 1 hour, 2 hour, 2 days later, then you put your point of view, you communicate. This is an ideal situation. Of course, whether it works for everybody at all time or at all time is a question mark. But we should aim at, nevertheless, we should aim at something which is bigger, which is ideal. Don't you think so? You know, this beautiful big building you see, our made mistake. In spite of wanting to be 100% perfect, you had made mistakes, number one. And have you been mistaken by people or misunderstood by people? How many of you have been mistaken, misunderstood by people? This is there. So we must leave that space. Keep that in our mind. Then what will happen? You will be able to sustain. What are the three things I said? Come on. Sustain. Sustain yourself. You will be able to move. When you see the world is all hopeless, bad, everybody is smoking and everyone is cheating, and all these big banks have been cheating people, and everybody is a cheater, and everyone is hopeless, and nobody cares for anybody, then will you be able to move in the world? Will you or do you get motivated to do anything when you see the world in a negative light? No. So first you sustain, you move. Move means drop the past. Move ahead. Okay, done is done. What can we do now? You know, we'll go. What can we do now? Next step. Next step of action. Sustain, move on, and motivate. You have to motivate yourself. How do you motivate yourself? When you see things like this, listen to stories like this, listen to events like this. Everything happens because you motivate. You motivate things to happen. First, when you motivate inside, you are motivating that energy within you. Move ahead. You know, when you do a mistake, don't you excuse yourself? Huh? So, in the same way, anybody does a mistake, you have to excuse and with patience make them aware, teach them. Never hate. This four-word hate is not in our dictionary. Got it? Art of Living's dictionary does not have this word. It only has the word love. This is a very, very, very important thing you must bear in mind. That's how we are able to even attract the militants, terrorists, all these people, how we are able to transform them, because we simply don't hate them. Right? Anybody. Anybody. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Who can else be more criminal than a terrorist? Can anybody be? Who is going and shooting people here and there? Why does he do this heinous crime? Because there is something wrong, there is some education needed, something. What happened in Stuttgart 2 days ago? It's it's very obvious. It is sickness. In the same way, lack of knowledge, lack of understanding, lack of proper motivation can bring lot, or oversight can bring, can make people commit crimes or mistakes. Even those who have committed crimes or committing crimes, do not hate them. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because it is no good for you. I cannot afford to get angry. Even if half a second I get angry, I will be sick for 1 whole week. The body does not hold. I never said one bad word to anybody all these years, 53 years. Even from my childhood, never said one abuse, or what do you call it? Gali ko kya? Insult. Never has said one insult from these lips any time to anybody. And that is why this perhaps one of the secret of blessings are happening. So you say something, you bless, and it has to happen. How? Because this could just be a gift. And what I'm saying is, we must watch that thing, not to hate anybody. I've never hated anybody. When I can do, you can also do it. Don't tell me, oh Guruji, you can do, not us. I can do, you can do it. Yes. So, not tell bad words to anybody unnecessarily, because inside it's not, you are beautiful, other person is beautiful. And in this world of chaos, things happen intentionally, unintentionally. Even those intention is one person doesn't know. That boy went and shoot so many people. You don't know what is in his mind. I know what was in his mind. He had such a low self-esteem, and he was attracted to all those girls, and he could not do anything to communicate that to them, and he felt very insulted by them all. Went on a rampage and killed them all. I can't have you and you can't have me, so let us all die. Yes, plus like programs would help them immensely, immense benefit. Because it can, what are the 3 things they tell me? Sustain. Sustain inside. Now I'm coming the three things you put outside. Sustain, sustain. You can create things, but many people don't know how to sustain. Some people can create a company, but they cannot sustain it. Management is very bad. They get into fight with everybody. Doesn't it happen? Mistrust everyone. Companies don't survive when you don't know to how to what? Sustain. You can create, but you need to sustain. Learning to sustain and move and motivate. You move and you motivate everybody.